guys, it's Kelly. I am going to attempt to do a makeup look for you guys, and I'm going to try to get as much of my Too Faced products busy as I possibly can. So I am going to say it's a one brand tutorial. There's only a few things that I don't have that I'll be using that are not Too Faced. I'll be using everything that I do have. I had someone ask me to use the Too Faced foundation Born This Way on camera, and so I'm going to be using this. This is the first time for me to use this. I haven't opened it up. I've been kind of saving it. It's in the color Nude. I don't know if it's a good match for me right now or not. I just recently filmed, actually just a few hours ago, I filmed the skin and hair care video for you. And so, yeah, this is what happens to my hair when I kind of run it air dried, and then I kind of run the curling iron through it, and I pin curl it with the old fashioned, let me see where they are. Oh yeah, here they are. Just the old fashioned clips. I pin curl it with that because it's so long and heavy right now. I need a haircut really bad, and so the curl doesn't hold unless I pin curl it just a little bit and let it kind of set and cool. But I have found that that really works really well. So what I'm going to do today is, like I said, I'm going to try to get everything in that I can that's Too Faced. So I'm just going to kind of push my hair back a little bit and out of my way, so that you can see what I'm doing. And yeah, I'm just going to try to do this. I'm going to experiment on some things tonight too. So I'm going to use that. Of course, I'm going to feature my new Too Faced Peach palette. So I'm going to be using that. So before I get started, I'm going to go ahead and use my Fresh Sugar Lip Balm. My lips are so dry. I have an exfoliator I need to use on them and put some good stuff on before I go to bed tonight. I'm going to have to try and remember to do that. What I need to do is I need to start with my eyes, and then I'll move from there to my face. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I've got the handy dandy invisible tape that's not really all that invisible. But yeah, I really enjoyed filming the video for you on the skin and hair. I really hope that you guys learned something from that. I hope that it's something that you could use. You know, it's just one of those things. Different things work for different people, but sometimes what works for you can work for multiple people. And I was just kind of hoping that maybe I could find someone that would be the case for. Trying to put it on evenly because I am going to be doing, I don't have any of those shadow shields, and this is so pigmented, and it does have fallout just a little bit, this peach palette. So I'm just gonna, you know, go ahead and do these first, because if I don't do them first, I'm afraid that I'll mess up my face makeup. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I've got this on, so this is going to give me a sharp end here on my face. Okay guys, the way that I'm going to get started is I am going to go in with my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. It is just an eyeshadow primer. I usually use the NARS. I think you've seen me use that more often than anything else. And so let me just get a little bit of this out. I mean, it's just a flesh color, and you can see I'm using a very tiny amount. You can also see underneath my fingernails that they're beginning to grow out. But I'm going to put this on my, all over my lid. It's really thick. I don't know if I can do it without bumping that tape. I got the tape just a little too long, I think. But if I can just get this on, we'll be good to go. Okay. Okay, now let's go in. Let me find a good blending brush. Okay, so I've got the primer on, and now what I'm going to do is go into this. And I'm not really sure what look I want to go for quite yet, but I'm going to go ahead and go into this color here, which is called Georgia. It's a beautiful pale pink matte color. I really like it a lot for all over the lid. Turn this around so I can get a hold of it better. I'd hate to drop it. I dropped this peach palette. Talk about a broken heart. So I'm just going to take this all over all over the whole lid, all the way up to the brow. And this is going to be really good because it's going to set that primer down, and it's also going to serve as a blending shade for my crease when I get to that. So let me get this all over my lid. Okay, now what I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go for something I haven't done yet. I am going to go into this shade right here is Puree. It's a warm brown, but it's not near as brown as Summer Yum. Summer Yum is more of a burnt orange, dark burnt orange than it is a brown. This is still warm, and I'm just going to take this, you know, kind of right above my actual crease because of my hooded lids. But I'm going to start out here, and then I'm going to start working my way forward. Right above the main part of that crease. Kind of down into it, but mostly right above it. I like to kind of start on the outer edge, just like most people do, because if you get, it's one thing to get too much on the outer V, it's another when you get too much on the inner part of the eye, because then you sort of just like you've been punched. So you can see these things are so pigmented. I love this palette so much. I don't think I've ever loved a palette as much as I love this palette, and I really can't believe that it's limited edition. They do keep restocking it though. It was in stock on Too Faced site, and it was also in stock on Sephora and Ulta.com yesterday because I was online checking. So, you know, if you guys are still interested in maybe purchasing a palette, I really think that you would be happy with your purchase. Not only does it smell good, but it's really good quality colors, and I believe that there's a wide enough range of colors that you could, I mean, of course I see spring when I look at this palette. I mean, come on guys, I mean, look at those pops of color, especially these in the middle, like that one right there. But there's enough browns and even a gold that is perfect for the fall. So I really think that I'll be able to get use out of this palette pretty much most of the year since I live in Alabama. You know, I feel like that if I incorporate more of the brown and not the warmer colors, I really do think that I'll be able to get a lot of use out of it year round. And you know, the ease with which it blends is so nice. And yeah, I just really love it. And you know, I know there's a lot of people, there's been mixed reviews or whatever, but I really do believe, like I said, the people that are having those kind of reviews, I believe, and this is my own personal opinion, but I'm wondering if they've even tried it or if they've just looked at it or swatched it. Because let's be honest, if you have ever bought a, you know, an eyeshadow palette, I'm just cleaning a brush off, sorry. If you have ever purchased an eyeshadow palette, or you know anything much about makeup, you know that a lot of times very good quality eyeshadows don't necessarily swatch as well as they work as well on your lids. A good example of that is the Lorac palettes. Okay, so I've pretty much got my crease color down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into, I think I want to darken it up just a little bit in this outer V with Charmed, I'm sure, which is this I've used before up here in the corner, this darker brown. I'm going to bring this down onto my actual mobile lid and just kind of deepen it up in the outer corner. It doesn't take much. I mean, you know, I have more than once gone in too hard with these colors. They are so pigmented, and but the good thing about it is even if you do go in a little too hard, they're pretty forgiving because they blend out so well. So okay, so let me see about getting this one. I didn't load my brush quite as much on that one as I did the first time. I reminded myself how pigmented they are by going in a little too hard in the corner just then. But that's fine. I'm going to take, you know, my blending brush and blend that out just a little bit. Okay, so let's go back to the blending brush with no additional product and just kind of blend through. Make sure that there are no harsh lines. I mean, and I'm not being terribly precise because, you know, I'm gonna wipe away any kind of fallout or anything like that. So far, I don't think I have any, but if I do get some, that wipes away easily. That's one of the positives of doing your eyes first. Okay, now what I'm going to do, let me get I have this very small brush here, but let's see. I think I'm going to use this one. This is my Morphe E14. It's just a flat shader brush. You know, it's nice and thin. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this color Nectar. I'm going to put this on the inside of my lid, and then I might go in with some of this Just Peachy up at the top. But let's start with the Nectar first. It's a beautiful golden color. Let's go in with that and see how it goes. I'm hoping to brighten up that outer corner just a little bit. I have a fan blowing. I hope that's not bothering anything. I hope it's not affecting the sound any. I'm going to go kind of down to the bottom lash line just a little bit with this, as you can see. Just kind of curving around that inner corner there. Okay, I like a really light, bright inner eye with a dark outer V. I think that's just really, really pretty. Okay, let me go through and hit that with my blending brush again. I just don't want any harsh lines. Okay, all right, that's looking pretty good. I think that what I'm going to do is I am going to go in, where is that? Here's the smaller brush. Okay, I'm going to go into that Just Peachy, and I'm going to put that sort of in the center of my lid. Gosh, this stuff is so pigmented. Okay, I'm just going to kind of go in here just a little bit for a little added pop of color. You might not see it at first, but in person it shows up. It's pretty strong. It's beautiful. Just Peachy. I'm just sort of playing. You know, it's fun to play with your makeup. I think that I've done this once before. I said, let's just play with our makeup. And, you know, I just wanted to kind of come in here and put some color on and make myself feel a little better for the day. Okay, now I'm going to go in with Just Peachy on this side. I'm just going right here in the center on the mobile lid and into the crease. That way there's a little pop of color that it's not quite so surprising. Let me go back in and freshen up the Nectar a little bit. Just a little added something for when you blink. Okay, I really like the way that looks. Okay, I will come back shortly. Let me go ahead. I'm going to do something real fast. I have this Wet n Wild brow highlighter. I'm going to go ahead and go underneath just to sharpen this up just a little bit and use my brush to bring it out. And then I'll get my eyebrows on and we'll start with the face. I look kind of goofy right now, I'm sure, but You know, we'll just do what we gotta do. It's all a process, and you just have to, you know, you take your time. You do what you do what you have to. I'm kind of hoping that this is going to lighten up the brow bone enough that I may not have to add. I'm going to put this down for just a second. I'll come back to that in just a minute. I'm going to gently pull these pieces of tape off that protected my skin. And I have a pretty nice sharp line, and you can see that it's, of course I have hair blowing in my face, but you can see that it's nice and even. The line that helped protect. So let me get my big brush and knock away any fallout that might be there that I don't see. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and run my Anastasia Brow Wiz through my brows and try to define those just a little bit more, since this is a full face of makeup. I'm just barely doing these, just trying to keep it kind of light. You have to do something with your brows. I never really realized how important my brows were until I started doing them. And for the longest time, when I first started doing them, I thought, no, that just looks goofy. I look goofy, and I felt like I had two caterpillars sitting up there when I was walking around. But I mean, they're a part of your face, and they have to be groomed, and you have to take care of them. There are some people that go overboard on that. I'm just doing a little NYX color correcting right here and here, right in the darkness of my eye right there and here. I have a small haul. I went to Ulta, and my purpose was to get the other liquid corrector, the Urban Decay liquid corrector. And unbeknownst to me, since Sephora's across town from where I was, unbeknownst to me, I didn't know that the color correctors, the Urban Decay, the various color corrector fluids are Sephora exclusives. And so I was like, well, you know, okay, well, I'll have to wait and get it another time. Well, I know that the VIB Rouge sale started yesterday. I think it's running through the 17th. I'm probably going to pick it up sometime between now and then, since I get a discount. But if you're VIB or VIB Rouge, you know, be sure that you remember that, you know, Sephora's got their 15% off right now. I'm just doing a little bit of light correction there. I don't want my makeup to be terribly heavy in this tutorial. I just want it to be kind of a softness. I've got an extra light and another light that it's a ring light in front of me. It's not one of the giant ones that people use, but please let me know if you know, you can tell a difference, and if you like the difference or if you don't. But it's really showing up a lot of my redness. So we're going to do some color correcting just a little bit with this in the worst areas. We're gonna do some color correcting. I just have a lot of redness, guys. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my beauty blender. I'm just gonna kind of bounce that out. I have found, since I started using this corrector, you will have a gray tone if you overdo it. So the beauty blender is really good because it gives you a sheer application of this. The moisture in it is really nice, and it helps really to sheer it out a lot, so that the redness goes. See, isn't that amazing? So it starts out as this horrible bright green color on your skin, and then things like this disappear. I love it, guys, I really do. But I've got to get the I think I'm gonna go with the pink one. And the reason I say that is because the reason I say that is the orange, I'm afraid that's going to be a little too strong of a color. I mean, they do say that the pink is for the darkness under your eyes, and that's what I'm going for. And it says the orange is for spots and such. So I'm probably gonna try to grab the pink one and see if it makes a difference. But yeah, the Sephora, you know, only has sales ever so often, and you know, it's really nice. I think that Rouge members the sale started for us yesterday, and I think it became open to everyone last night. VIB and VIB Rouge are all sharing in the savings now. Guys, that's amazing how it color corrects. Yes, I do have a little bit of a green tinge right now, but I'm about to put on makeup and we're going to see how that goes. Okay, so let me go ahead and get rid of any of these things that I am not using. We're going to go that route because I've got so much stuff here in front of me, guys, I can't even hardly see straight. Okay, let's see, Born This Way. Let me shake it up just a little. Okay, and I love, there's nothing better than a pump. If, you know, I think all foundations should come with a pump. Just my opinion. I really do. Okay, that's it on my hand. You can see it's running, so it's nice, and it's not overly thick, I don't think. I'm just going to start in the middle of my face and work my way out, you know, to make sure that I get around my eyes enough that there's not a gap there. I've heard lots about this, and I think the general consensus is that it is a medium to full coverage, and that it's excellent for pretty much all skin types, but really good for people that have oily skin. And because it's not touted as a mattifying foundation. So let's go in here and start getting it on. It's got an excellent coverage from what I can tell. I do have this fan blowing and it's kind of bothering me a little bit, but it's the only thing keeping me cooled off. These lights that I have around me they put off a lot of light. So I can already see I'm going to have to go in and blend out a little bit more on that under my brow. It's just a little too stark. Once I started putting on this foundation, actually it's a really good color match for me. I self-tanned my face today, and it's a pretty good match. It's giving me excellent coverage. I mean, you can see the coverage is excellent. It's very nice, light. I like it a lot already. It's applying very well. But remember, just bounce that beauty blender and oh yeah, guys, this is a wonderful finish. Oh gosh, this is nice. And like I said, I had been saving it because I wanted to do it on camera so you could get my first impression. Now I'm going to start kind of brushing down, just stroking, just short little strokes, because I don't want any, do my ears. I don't want any kind of line. Those get me. I can't stand a line. Okay. Very nice coverage. it's covered my age spots, and it's covered, of course, you know, with the concealer. This is wonderful, wonderful. I love it. Okay, so let me put that there and set that down. Now let's go into those brows one more time, because those babies are bright. I'm gonna kind of tone this down just a little bit. I was waiting to get my brow wiz on before I did my brow highlight. So let's go ahead and do that now while I'm here. I want to get I'm going to go back into that Nectar color, that golden color, and just kind of hit the arch just a little bit, just enough to brighten that area up. I love the foundation. It has a beautiful finish. Definitely full coverage. Wonderful. Okay, I just kind of went around my eye a little bit because I felt like I needed it. Okay, now I did not put anything on my face, any kind of primer or anything like that. If I was going to, I do have the Too Faced things. The reason that I didn't is because, well, I just didn't. I mean, you know, I'm going to be going to bed here. It's actually really late here. It's pushing midnight. And so I'm just going to be washing it off. And so I thought, instead of, you know, going in with this, but what I would have gone in with, I would have gone in with my Too Faced RX HangoverRX, which is it smells like coconuts. It smells wonderful. It's got a pump, which I love. It's very moisturizing, which I really, really like. It's just a great hydrating, replenishing face primer. And then I also have the Too Faced Primed and Poreless. I would have used this in my trouble areas, like around my nose and my mouth and my chin, and so basically my T-zone, for additional, just for smoothing and things like that. So I do have Too Faced products to use in those areas and to use as primers, but I just went straight in with just the no primer or anything, because I'm not needing anything to really last. And I wanted to really get into the foundation and see what we were gonna be facing with that. Now, let's go ahead. I'm going to hit my under eyes with just a little bit of this L'Oreal Magic Lumi lightning, I should say. I'm just gonna kind of hit the areas where I have the most trouble, which are these dark circles here. So I'm gonna hit it with that, and then I'm gonna kind of go in with my booty blender. Tongue tied, guys, sorry. But I'm going in with the beauty blender, and I'm just bouncing and trying to brighten that under eye up just a little bit, because it's so dark it just looks like I have caverns under my eyes. And I think it did a good job of brightening. Of course, now I'm under a lot of lights right now, so most anything is going to be a little bit skewed. But yeah, I mean, the foundation is wonderful. I mean, it's given me just a beautiful, beautiful glow. It's really, really nice. I like it a lot. Okay, so what I need to do now, I have the Too Faced Candlelight Translucent Powder. I have it in the pressed form. So I'm going to use this brush, my big fat Morphe brush, and I'm going to kind of swirl my brush around in that, and I'm going to go over the areas that I've used the concealer first. This does have a little bit of luminescence to it, but I'm not mad about that, especially pushing spring and summer weather. I like a little added luminosity and, you know, that sort of thing. But I'm pretty much going to set my face because I just need to set my face to feel comfortable. Not everyone has to. And this, I don't believe that this would, I mean, it really settled down into a nice, it's a matte finish, but it's not one of those cake face kind of things. It's just a habit for me. I like to set my foundation with some sort of powder. So yeah, it's really pretty. It's just a skin tone. It's just the Too Faced. It's called the Softly Illuminating Translucent Powder. Okay, so now that I have set my face with that, let me just put it over here. Now what I've got is I have the Too Faced contour palette. I've only used this a couple of times, but we can use it today. Let me get my contour. This is my Kat Von D brand one, and I'm going to go into medium cocoa. Oh, there with the brush that goes with it. Will live. And I'm just going to kind of start contouring a little bit here. I love this brush. It gives such a wonderful contour. It's a nice soft contour. I'm not into that. I mean, I can go in and I can get a nice cut contour, but this one's really good because you can go in with it and get a nice soft one that's blendable. And yeah, it smells like chocolate, so you can't really beat that, this powder in particular. But this brush does a really good job with any of the contour powders. But yeah, I'm gonna, when it's all over, I'm gonna turn off this, it's almost a fluorescent or LED colored lamp. I'm kind of brightening up what I'm doing here so you guys can see the application, and then I will show you guys. Yeah, I was making sure that my mirror, the lights were turned up all the way. Okay, so I have done some contouring with that. So let me put that over to the side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and find, here it is. This is my Morphe E4. I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. Smells like chocolate too. Guys, you gotta love Too Faced. They know what they're doing. So I'm just gonna go in right along with that and kind of start bronzing up this area so that it's not quite so stark. Do my temples. Remember, I do this to minimize my double chin and make myself have the illusion of having a little bit more of a jawline. Okay, and that is wonderful. And this is the medium. It says, well, medium or deep matte bronzer. I chose to go with the matte for this look because I knew that I was using the illuminating powder. So that's what I did for that. Okay, now I'm going to go in with a blush. I have, this is Too Faced Love Flush blush. It's their long-lasting 16-hour blush in the color Baby Love. So if I can get it open, that is. I always have a hard time opening these blushes. Here we go. Precious, precious, precious. See the embossing? The two little bunnies? And I've been using it for a while, and the bunnies, I have several of these in the different colors. I chose this color because of the look that I was going for. But I'm just, remember I told you it's like a raindrop. It's round and then it gets elongated back over the where you've bronzed. It's just such a pretty color. And I thought it would look really good with the colors of the peach palette. It is very pigmented. It's a great little blush. Let's recap for just a minute. I have the RX Hangover that I would have used if it weren't like 1 in the morning. Then the Primed and Poreless by Too Faced that I would have used in my T-zone to help. And then I used the eyeshadow primer by Too Faced. It's just called Shadow Insurance. I used that. Then I did not have anything for concealers or anything like that for my face from Too Faced, but I did use the Too Faced Born This Way, and it is a beautiful, beautiful finish on my face. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Now I know why so many people like it. My eyes are the Peach palette from Too Faced. I went in and I set my concealer and the rest of my face with the Too Faced Candlelight translucent powder. I used the Too Faced contour palette in medium from the contour palette that smells like chocolate. And then I used the Too Faced bronzer, the matte bronzer in medium deep. I used that. Okay, so those are the Too Faced products that I've used so far. Let me go ahead and use my big fluffy brush and blend just a little bit. Now, what I need to do is I need to run my Benefit Gimme Brow through my brows just a little bit to give them a little bit more substance and color. So I'm going to do that, but it's just going to be a real light thing. I'm not going to go ham. Okay, so that's the Benefit Gimme Brow. The next step that I'm going to do is that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use, I have this little box. It's so cute. It's the Sweetheart Beads. It's a highlighter. It's by Too Faced, of course. It's the Radiant Glow Face Powder, but it's the Sweetheart Beads. And so let's use these. They look like little hearts, but when swished together, they really do give a pretty glow. So I'm just going in and just kind of wiggling around, shaking off, and then I'm placing that above on the height of my cheekbone there and around my temple. I'm doing the same thing over here, and then I'll add as needed. If I feel like I need more, I will. But this is a very subtle, it's not one of those kabam, you know, disco ball sort of things. It's just a nice sheer lit from within look, luminosity kind of thing. But I really do like it. And I'm going to take a little bit down on the tip of my nose, and I'm going to take a little bit on my Cupid's bow. Really pretty, really a pretty soft girly. If you were buying, in my opinion, if you were buying makeup for your daughter and she needed a highlighter, that, in my opinion, the Too Faced, the Sweetheart Beads, because it's not bam in your face and it's real soft. It's also very feminine and sweet. This would be a great one to start with if you were purchasing makeup for your daughter for, you know, her first makeup or whatever. I know she would love it. It's beautiful. And, you know, it goes forever. So, you know, and the only other one that I know of that's just as good is, I guess I'd have to say the Girl On, but very expensive. There's yeah, I don't own that, and I don't think that I would purchase it for my daughter for her first makeup testing out sort of situation. I'm going back into the Peach palette to Charmed I'm Sure with this little it's a Morphe E18. It's just this little stumpy brush or whatever, and I'm gonna kind of go under my lashes. I'm only going about 2/3 of the way in towards my corner, because if you'll remember, I brought some of the golden nectar out to a certain degree, so I don't want to cover that. So I'm just coming in about 2/3 of the way in. My contacts are getting dry. I've been up a while. Now that I've learned how to do some editing and that sort of thing, the filming process, preparing for it, and then the actual filming, and then the editing and uploading, I now know why everybody talks about it being so much time. It's just time consuming. It's wonderful. I love it when it gives me something to do. It's something that I really do enjoy. But I do understand now why people say, you know, that it takes such a long time. I don't know how people, I mean, I really don't know how people actually do these daily. First of all, the creativity. I'm gonna get both lashes this time. The creativity of just coming up with ideas for videos is a lot. But then when you've got to sit down, film them, prepare everything ahead of time, film it, edit, and upload it, they're spending a lot of time. And I understand now why, you know, the people that, the ones that have the, let me get a drink, just a second, bottle of water. Water's good for you, especially when you're older. Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. I understand now how it's become a full-time job for them. You know, it's one of those things where it is an all day and into the night, late night job. There's been so many times when I've had family, like my mom or my dad, call just to talk or something, and I am right in the middle of editing or filming, and I just have to wait and call back when I'm done. And it's not because I'm not avoiding them. It's that, you know, I literally can't stop at that moment because I'm at a very important section of, you know, what I'm doing. So yeah, it's definitely a full-time job. And these girls and guys too, that do this, that are makeup artists, it's not easy. It's really not an easy job, and it is a full-time job. And I don't have a problem with people getting paid to do YouTube. In fact, you know, I mean, I appreciate the information that I've learned from YouTubers. I think that, you know, I mean, if there's something that I really need to know how to do or what to do, I can go on YouTube and I can hit the search bar and I can find a video that someone has posted somewhere telling me how to do it. And I think that is a really great tool because I'm a visual learner. I get confused if you're just trying to talk to me over something. Do you see what I'm saying? So I really do think that bottom lashes now. I've done 2 coats on the top, so let's get to these bottom lashes. But, you know, I think they're earning their keep big time. Sure, they are, you know, getting the opportunity to have some sponsored videos and that sort of thing. But you know what? Sponsored videos just really don't bother me. I mean, when you're putting as much time and effort as some of these people are, and they have millions of viewers, it's their job. Why shouldn't they get paid? And when they are given the opportunity, to do it, I mean, gosh darn it, you know, I don't blame them. You know, I would want to, you know, do it too. Now I'm using, I finished with the Better Than Sex Mascara. Now I'm using the Too Faced Perfect Lips Liner in the color Perfect Pink. I think I used this the last time that I videoed, but I have chosen a lipstick that I think it's going to look nice with. So I'm going to, remember how I showed you to cross over? You start in this high point of your Cupid's bow and come down. Then you go to this Cupid's bow and you come down like that. Okay? Then line the bottom of your lip. the older we are, our lips begin to thin. This is the reason that, there are lip fillers out there and that sort of thing. Because our lips do thin. And so, the older you are, as they begin to thin, using a liner, it really does help. It helps a lot. Okay, so I'm going to be looking in the mirror, but I'm going to do it facing you. My lips look real dry and everything right this moment, but it's because they have foundation on them. And I just kind of fill them in just a little bit. So that gives you a nice base that's not going to go anywhere. So that's not going to go anywhere. Now I have the Too Faced, this is the Too Faced Creme lipsticks, I think they're called. They're in the silver, really nice heavy metal. And this color is called Spice Baby. And so it's a really, let's see, you can see what a beautiful color this is. And I thought that it would look really nice with the colors eyes that I have today. So let's get this on. And beautiful. I love that color. It's the first time for me to use it. I pulled it out of my drawer because I've been looking for an eye look to wear that with, and I really thought that this might be it. And I really do like this look. I can't say enough about the foundation, guys. The foundation is gorgeous. I'm going to turn off this other light. This gives me a little bit more of an incandescent glow, so it's not quite as harsh, and you can kind of maybe see a little bit better. Guys, why would anyone ever want to mark up their face like a clown when you can do a simple look that's flattering? Even if you're older, it's flattering. It gives your skin that pretty glow, a healthy lit within look, a nice easy contour, nice little cheeks. I love it. I just love Too Faced. Between Too Faced and NARS, they're always going to be my top two favorite brands. Too Faced, though, they always get me with their packaging and the fact that they put cocoa powder in their products, or the peach palette actually has peach extract in it. They really know us girly girls that enjoy makeup, what we need, and they make you feel feminine to use. And I love Too Faced, and I'm thankful that Too Faced goes above and beyond on their packaging and all of the things that they do, because it makes me feel more like a woman once I have my face done. So I just kind of half up, half down my hair. I just kind of pulled it back in a little clip up here or whatever. But this is the hair that I was playing with earlier in my last video. And I just curled it a little bit. I just ran my curling iron through it just a little bit, and now I've got my face on, and yeah, that's it. I really love this look, and I think that it would be great for a young girl, or even I just think it's appropriate for any age. I mean, it's hard to find a look that is appropriate for all age groups, but I think this might be one of them. I think it's really pretty, and I think this day and time there are so many options when it comes to makeup. If you have a young girl that you're beginning to let her kind of dabble in makeup and that sort of thing, I would suggest, even though it's costs a little bit more, I would suggest that you go with Too Faced for her makeup. And if not Too Faced, you know, definitely go with Clinique for skincare. As far as a moisturizer and a toner. But I think that I would go with Too Faced for makeup items. And if not Too Faced, I think that you know, there's a lot to be said. Laura Geller is a very underrated company, and most of her products are baked mineral products, and those are proven to not clog pores. And so if you have a teenager that does have an acne problem, that's something that you could, you know, you could go to and know that you're giving her the best for her skin, and it would help her self-esteem and self-confidence a lot, you know, if she does have acne issues. And you could be happy knowing that you're giving her the best for her face, for her skin. So yeah, love Too Faced. Can you tell? It makes me beam. Well, to all my old friends and to all my new friends, thank you for being with me today. I hope you enjoyed my other video, and I'm going to try really hard to get this one up tonight too. I've got to edit, and it's already like 1 in the morning. But if not today, or if not tonight, then later today I will. Yeah, it's almost 1:30, and so it's really late, but that's kind of typical for, you know, this kind of thing. But I enjoy it, and I'm enjoying doing this, and I hope that I'm able to bring something to you guys. And yeah, so love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.